There was a boy, a very strange and enchanted boy. He always wandered very far over land and sea, a little shy and sad of eye, but he was very wise, wasn't he? And then one day, one magical day, he passed by my way, and then he spoke of many things, of fools and of kings, and he said to me, the greatest thing that you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Ooh, the greatest thing. The greatest thing. There was a boy, a very strange and enchanted boy. He always wandered very far over land and sea, a little shy and sad of eye, but he was very wise. around. I kinda like the way you move and wanna get it down. Then show me I should stick around. I kinda like the way you move and wanna get it down. Then show me I should stick around. I kinda like the way you move and wanna get it down. Then show me I should stick around. I kinda like the way you move, baby. Come on now. I know you don't know, no you don't know. I know you don't know, so I'll tell you what it's all about. Yeah. And never mind about the shade you heard, cause you know it ain't heavy, baby. Never mind about the shade you heard, cause you know it just ain't heavy, baby. Never mind about the shade you heard, cause you know it ain't heavy, baby. Just awkward. Not heavy, but 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 awkward. I love being in like with you. No matter how much you piss me off, you keep me humble, grounded, and I love that about you. You really make me happy. I was hurt because I felt like you had so many chances to ask me, and that's how I know you're probably being honest about your no feelings toward me. No feelings toward me. I really wish I could start swallowing my pride, but you make me feel so safe inside. I really wish I could start being myself, but you make me feel like someone else. I think I'm ready to wake up now. I think I'm ready to wake up now.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Reading Sound, a live stream podcast by myself, Daniel Hill, and we have Don Potter in the studio today.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey.
This is so cool.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the stream, Eddie Sadler. Hey, man, we love you.
Hey, Eddie.
Don,
up?
Don and I actually play in a band together. D&D, play Dead and Dylan, and Eddie is a part of the band.
Yeah.
So plays a mean electric guitar on a Gibson Les Paul, and you couldn't ask for a better sound.
He's going to join me up in Lewiston.
Oh, when's that?
That's May 3rd. We're opening up that big festival up there.
And like Danger Kitty's up there and
Danger
stuff like
Kitty,
that.
a whole bunch of great
Whole
bands.
bunch of them.
All our friends are going to be there. It's going to be a blast.
So you gotta check that out. Do you remember what it's called?
You know, I was going to...
I think it's like Spring into Music Festival.
I got it. I do.
Cool.
See, I'm prepared.
Oh,
I have these things right here.
I was gonna prepare something as well too, but
You were?
we're gonna pull it up on the fly. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today, Don.
Yes, we do.
Because we're going to talk about our favorite band together. We're going to even play some music together. You have shows coming up. Your movie that you're in is about to be released. And we could even just talk about Elephant Man, the show we were just in together.
Wasn't that terrific?
And the cool thing about having you here is like you pointed out a poster of Young Frankenstein on the wall.
That's another show we did.
We could reflect. We could project.
Woody Guthrie we did. Come on, man. We've got a portfolio.
And it's and the thing about our portfolio is the common denominator is that it's like all of the my favorite things that I've done.
Yeah?
Yeah. Elephant Man, Woody Guthrie, I identify
Those are some good
so
shows.
heavily with those stories.
I agree.
Grateful Dead, that's the band I put on when I just need some music, man.
Well, you're preaching to the choir. By the way, it's the Spring Music Festival, Lakeview Terrace Resort. It's third annual. And it's May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We got Hook, Danger Kitty, Pine Dogs, The Billies, Ashley Black, love her. FM Flyby, just a whole mess of great people. Preston Jacobs, Annie Cody, Harmonica Steve. These are all your friends. I know I missed somebody. Make Me Cry.
Daring Call, yeah.
Just.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. So I've been honored I was asked by Dimitra.
And you're pretty high on the bill, too. Not that it's like, not that that's like a thing you need to point out, but anytime there's a bill with various text sizes on it, it's always cool to see your friends.
Well, you can almost read it. Yeah, there I am.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
It's a great poster.
I feel happy to be a part of it. It's going to be great. Tickets at Eventbrite or at the gate. You can get those big time that's going to be. So we just finished Elephant Man. How you doing? You rested up?
I'm rested, but I'm trying to stay busy too. I got a lot of ovens, a lot of things in the oven.
Well, you always do, so that's nothing different, really.
But I'm really excited. On Thursday morning, I'm headed out to Boston for 8 days.
Right.
With the Jacob Akana Band.
You're doing an EP.
Yeah. So we're recording 3 songs and maybe like a bonus intro song because we did a crowdfunding campaign and we actually raised over the amount we our goal was to pay for the recording session. So there's a potential to record more.
Add another song. A little bonus.
Yeah.
Thanks to the fundraiser. That's great.
Yeah, it was really cool. Thank you everybody who contributed. And I'm feeling very grateful. And actually, Dawn, if you look on the screen there on the little sticky note, there is a word, and the word of the day today is gratitude.
Perfect. I love it.
And I'm just very grateful to be here with you.
I agree. I'm very grateful to be with you.
And the reason we're playing guitars is before we hopped on stream, we both just intuitively picked them up and made sure they were in tune. And all of a sudden a song started happening, and I figured we could just start it off with a song today.
My words did glow with the gold of sunshine, and my tunes were played on the harp unstrung. Would you hear my voice come through the music? Would you hold it dear as it were your own? It's a hand-me-down. The thoughts are broken. Perhaps they're better left unsung. I don't know. Don't really care. Let there be songs to fill the air. Ripple in still water, where there is no pebble toss, no wind to blow. Reach out your hand. If your cup is empty, if your cup is full, may it be again. Let it be known there is a fountain that was not made by the hands of man. There is a road, no simple highway between the dark and the dark of night. And if you go, no one must follow.
your steps alone. Ripple in still water, where there is no pebble tossed, nor wind to blow. You who choose to lead must follow, and if you fall, you fall alone. If you should stand, then who's to guide you? If I knew the way, I would take you home. La da da da, la da 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 da, la da. La da da, la da da, la da da, la da da da, la da da da, la da da da. Pretty close to tuned in. Tuned up.
Pretty close.
Not flat.
You played a damn good version of that song. Thank you for
letting me use your guitar. This is a cool guitar. You say it's a knockoff Martin, but man, who would know? It's really cool.
I mean,
sounds nice.
It's a real Martin. It's
Yeah.
just they
It's
make
just
them
not
they make them in
It's
Mexico
not
with
$5,000.
yeah.
But it might be $500.
And I got it for a steal used from a woman
Well,
who
it sounds
took care of it.
Sweet.
And
I usually have my ovation, and I did bring it, but you know, I can play a Martin. Yeah, it's cool.
yeah.
We might have to do that again.
Yeah, absolutely. Or another one. I sort of just followed along there with you. Spent half
I
the
didn't mean
time.
that song again. I think we butchered that one enough. We can move on to something else.
Oh, Don, I haven't even been looking at the chat here.
What's happening?
Aaron Rice is here. Hi, friends.
Hello, Aaron.
Eddie said, can't wait. Yep, that's it. That's the name. Amanda Casaria is here. Don Potter, sweet, love it.
Hi.
We have a few people watching right now. A couple of likes. If you haven't subscribed already, the first 1,000 subscribers have a chance to win this guitar.
It's right there. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Can I win the Martin? How do I win that?
You come over and play it whenever you want.
Ah, what a nice guy. Yeah, it's a sweet guitar. So this is the one that you're giving away that's got your blood in it, right?
That is true.
Did I miss the story on how the blood arrived in this?
I never really went fully into it. I used to
want to, or is this TMI?
No, I used to just not play with a pick very
Oh, that'll
much
happen,
because
sure.
a lot of my songs were very finger picky, and but then I started playing more rock and roll, and instead of transitioning to a pick, which I never carried, I just sort of transitioned into strumming very hard,
With
and
your
then
hand.
in a rock band with not the best PA all the time,
So you're
just
trying to play
just
loud.
trying to get as much sound out of that instrument through whatever means
It's only
necessary.
rock and roll.
It's only rock
You're
and roll.
bleeding for your craft. God, I love it. That's a valuable guitar, Daniel. You should maybe think about that, rethink it.
No, I don't think I'll ever rethink it because I don't know. I hope that whoever gets it either plays it or finds someone who wants to play guitar, and you know, it's up to me to make that guitar valuable. And if I give up now, that guitar is worth only a fraction of what it could be. Because I want to be a person that's worthwhile. I want that guitar to be important to somebody else. I have enough guitars.
That's a great attitude. You know
And I'm
what?
going to buy more.
So just, pass them along.
Yeah.
Great idea, Daniel. You got the Martin. You got another guitar over there. You're set. You're good.
Yeah.
That's a sweet thing. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'd like to have had a guitar like that for my first guitar. I bought one off my stepbrother for I think $25 or something back in 19 whatever it was.
Oh, really?
67.
Just strings on wood, man.
Yeah, it was a little rough. The problem was, when you're trying to learn, and the
action on it is just like so painful. Trying to, if anybody's trying to play guitar,
Yeah.
And if you start out that way, you could give up very easily. But I think by my tenacity, by playing on a really crappy guitar, to start, you build up some muscles. And then when I bought my Ovation, which, by the way, I bought it because my wife wouldn't let me use a pick on her Ovation because they don't have the pick guard. I said, well, fine, I'll go buy my own. And I did.
Yeah.
I got another wife, too, by the way. Anyway.
Oh, yes.
But I, after playing that holy moly crappy guitar, it's like playing a sweet little baby, like a Cadillac. It's just sweet. So I love my Ovation.
I actually have a guest that's going to be on the show soon. And I don't know when, but I know that she will be. And I'm actually giving her one of my favorite guitars. Wow. And I can't wait to do that. And it's not just because I don't say like this stuff lightly. This isn't a bit. I mean, I call it a bit. I call gift time a bit, but I am in a position where I have the opportunity to give back. I look around my space. A lot of it is art I made. A lot of it is art that was given to me. A lot of it is just stuff that I've accumulated through the love of the craft and the necessity of having equipment. But I have a lot of stuff. But at a certain point, you start.
You got to let go of it.
You got to.
I've never learned that, Daniel. You should see my. Well, you have actually, but letting go. That's a tough one, and you'll be glad you did if you ever have to move.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about that too, because I'm thinking about how much I love this space, but I've learned enough that things, if you keep working hard, like even the best moment of your life, that's not the best moment of your life if you keep working towards it.
There's many more to come.
And so I look at this studio, but then I'll watch a video of like, a really nice studio. I'm like, oh, I'm using this place, even though all my stuff's here and I love it. I don't have to. This isn't it.
No, you're not there yet.
But it's still.
For now it is.
And for now it is, and
it's awesome.
And it's freaking awesome that it is right now.
I love your space. I've been. By the way, congratulations on your fabulous podcast. What is this? A week now?
Yeah. This is day. It's been a week, and this is the 7th podcast.
Well, I've been enjoying it. I really have, and I appreciate you inviting me to be on it.
Yeah,
I'm honored. This is hallowed ground here. This is very cool. Yeah.
It makes me emotional sometimes.
I bet a lot of memories in here. I bet. So going back, you kind of you've done the play. You finished the play. I finished the play, and then we're all moving on. But what an experience that was.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the Elephant Man, of course. And a shout out to what a wonderful cast. I'm still kind of missing them.
Yeah, Amanda's in the chat.
Oh, hi, Amanda. I love her.
She's talking about the blood guitar and my thoughts on guitars and drawing parallels.
Well, it was quite an experience. I think if you saw the show and you got something out of it, just think what we got out of it, spending, 6 weeks or so with that script. And
we spent a long time with that.
It was dissected, and we dove into it and looked at it in so many different ways. And I don't think anybody could come away from that without being changed somewhat. But I just think that even if you saw it only one time, there's so much there. It's so rich. It was so rich. But my wife, Sue, saw it 3 times. And each time she came away with something different. So it was an amazing experience. The writing, the directing, the whole experience, whole package was great. And I really appreciate people coming out. I was afraid that, the title, Elephant Man, is not, real sexy like, Christmas Carol or, Young Frankenstein, not maybe as well known.
Yeah,
the subject matter, if you do know, it's like, really? Do I want to sit for 2 hours to watch this? And so I had feelings that, maybe people would not come.
Yeah, it's kind of an art house title.
But they did come.
They did.
And from all that I can tell, everybody walked away changed somewhat and blown away by First of all, let me tell you, this guy's performance was tremendous. Put so much into it. And I know that it's been hard probably letting it go, right? A little bit?
It's been weird, especially for all the people that I interact with on a semi-regular basis. Like today, like a friend of mine asked me, "How's the Elephant Man going?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, it's done, but it was good." And he said, "What? It's done?
It's over?"
And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "How was it?" And I said the audiences appeared to really like it, and I'm like, and I think it was really great. But what I'm not telling him is that it was
how great it was. You can't put it into
probably
words.
The pinnacle of what I've experienced in terms of doing your absolute best when it comes to your art.
Wow.
And it's hard because it shouldn't matter if people that I know saw it or not.
Right.
And even the ones that did, chances are they're not thinking about it right now. I'm going to hold on to that for a long time. And I don't know how much of it is because I think it was really great art and I'm proud of my work, or how much of it, feeds whatever scrap of ego is desperately clinging on to me. Or I don't know, but I'm glad you're here because we know what happened on that stage.
It was an experience. And you know what? Audience or no audience, I think when we were in it, last few weeks when we were really doing the show, even without an audience, I mean, it was an honor, and those words and just so deep and wow. I know that it was quite an experience for me. I know it was for you.
Yeah, it was really cool. If you're in the chat and you saw the show, let us know. And again, thanks everybody for tuning in. And a quick reminder for any new viewers or people just joining. This is the Reading Sound, a live stream podcast by myself, Daniel Hill, that I've put together in wake of the Elephant Man. I kind of knew that I was going to have to supplement those Monday through Thursday rehearsal times, and I can find something to do on the weekends. But I'm like, how am I gonna still have fun? And the idea of podcast has been in my mind for a while. And I watch a lot of YouTube and a lot of live streams and clips of people that had live streamed, and it's just kind of something that I think I've grown up with, and I have all the propensity and the equipment to do in my own way and my own shape and form, and it gives me an excuse to have my friends over and talk about art and make music, which is what this is the pinnacle. This is the pinnacle of going out on your own. And
the Reading Sound is so good too, because there's so much great music happening right here in our hometown. And you seem to be, got your finger on the pulse.
Actually,
you're a part of it, but you're also very aware of so much going on.
I actually have a little segment I can do.
Yeah.
And the segment is
News.
Breaking news.
Wow.
And now we come in real tight, so I can tell you.
Bulletin.
I can tell you that Adam's Audacity Furlough Fridays just hit me up, and we're going to get them on the show. So if you haven't heard Furlough Fridays, or you want to check out Adam's Audacity like on Wednesday at Temple Music, I think, you can go do that. And they're going to be on the show, and that's really exciting. It's the first person I've had reach out to me, and this is my invitation to you to reach out if you're an artist and you want to talk and do the whole thing, and then you'll get to experience my favorite part of the show, which is what is that? Don't mind all this changing overlays. Gift time.
Oh, goody.
Da-na-na-na.
Oh man, did I bring you anything? Oh, I'm just here for the gifts. What do you got?
My first gift is.
I gave you some water.
You did, and your presents and your songs. First gift for Don Potter. Should I slide this?
Well, it is legal in this state.
This is, I'll read it. It is Jimmy's Joints Indica Grape Kush, net weight 1 gram.
Wow.
And
Okay.
and I got this over on Hempstead Avenue in Reading.
Well, that's terrific. Yes, it is. The Grape Kush. Try it, kids. Well, don't. No kids. This is for adults only.
Try it, adults.
And it is for nighttime if it's a indica.
Yeah, in the chair.
This is for like, say goodnight, Don. Well, thank you, Daniel.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Always thinking. That's terrific. Yeah, isn't this whole? You can't even imagine how different things are than they were when we were growing up back in the day. You know, in the 70s.
Yeah,
people were getting arrested.
You
for
probably
this kind
wouldn't.
of stuff.
You probably wouldn't broadcast a gifting of a
You know what?
joint
There's still
from one
that
adult
kinda
to another
air.
adult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's that air still. People are still kind of weird. But I'm not. I think it's fantastic. I'm glad. I voted many times for that to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, speaking of which, I voted. Did you vote? There. Mm-hmm. Today's election day.
Election day.
Yes.
Get out there, make your voice heard. Now is the time to do so, especially. And Dawn, I realized that I probably should have had some music playing during gift time to make it more exciting.
Oh well.
Like
take two.
Like for example,
What you got?
I have Until Further Notice. They're a local punk band. Actually, an actress in the production of Beautiful, the musical,
Yeah.
Leah Schaefer, her
show
daughter is also in the show. So the lead singer of this band that you are hearing is performing in Beautiful, the Carole King musical at Axiom, which opens on Friday.
I can't wait. That's gonna be so good.
And just
wow.
listen to this song. It's the middle of it, but
I
it's
do like it.
it's heartbreaking.
I think I want to wake up now. I think we are breaking up. I think I want to wake up now. Time stands still, I won't wake up. This dream sucks, I can't breathe, I'm lost. Why can't I wake up, wake up? I think I
This whole album's really good, though. She tells such great stories.
I think we are breaking up.
And they rock out. I'm going to run their sound at some point.
This dream sucks, I can't breathe, I'm lost. Why can't I wake up, wake up? I think we are breaking up now. Time stands still, I won't wake up. This dream sucks, I can't breathe, I'm lost. Why can't I wake up, wake up?
And listen to this note she hits right here.
Wow.
That's like not what I was expecting to put on, but
I'm awake.
But we're awake. And,
I like that.
And
That's
what,
great.
What I wanted,
Until further notice.
and what I wanted to use their music for actually was for. We'll use another song for gift time. Because Dawn,
There's more?
I said
wait,
I
there's
said we
more.
I said we needed music for gift time.
Yeah.
So now we have music, and the second gift
Yeah.
is even more.
Well, you sure know me, don't you? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Everybody get down. Little biscotti.
Yeah.
Good morning, biscotti.
It was
I have my little Jimmy joint, the grape kush for nighttime.
yeah.
And then we have a little biscotti in the morning.
We might have to
Kick off the day. Little wake and bake.
little morning biscotti with your coffee.
I would never recommend that. Never.
No, it's a dangerous game if you do that.
Especially if you do morning radio.
Yeah.
Wow. This is good too.
Oh yeah, this is Self Doubt, Jordan McLaughlin's band, and they're really cool.
You know all the cool kids, don't you?
At this point, man,
You're one of them.
But there's many more cool kids out there, and
Well, this area, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's just like a scene going on that kind of reminds me of, there's just a pollination of so many good things going on between people, cross-pollination, where people are jamming together. It's not like, we're this band and you're this band. Everybody's kind of...
we're starting to see people play in various groups and have that overlap and that organic nature of music
terrific.
where it's not like, no, we're this band. It's like, oh, you're playing with them.
Right.
And like, you kind of like, because like I'm playing with this guy Eric Klein now, who everyone seems to know, and it's cool because like I'm showing up early to band practice because I have to leave early to the next one, but he's showing up late because he's coming from his other band practice, and I know that I eventually want to play with him because he loves the Dead.
Oh, well, we got to hook up with this guy.
Yeah, Eric Klein is really cool.
Is he a drummer? No.
Bass player.
Bass, all right.
Yeah, bass player.
Right on.
Let's see. Aaron Rice says, I'm not biased at all, but the Elephant Man was great. And Amanda says, ha ha ha, Don. Sorry, guys. I've been pretty bad at keeping up with the chat in real time today, but I'll do better if you guys want to say anything else. I'll leave the chat up. I keep going back to the interface so I can play with overlays and do GIFs and music.
Well, how many hearts do we have today, Daniel? And it looks like you're in a pretty good mood today.
Oh, I need more hearts.
7 hearts? That's it, huh?
That's it. I put it down to 7 on Sunday because I woke up earlier than I wanted to, and the plan was to have it increase over the day. But
I think 7's a good. I mean, that's realistic.
And 7 is good. And we were actually talking about the number 7.
7. And this is your actual seventh podcast.
It's my 7th show, yes.
And you've got 7 hearts.
Mm-hmm.
There's another 7. What was it? 3 7s is even better. This is our, I don't know. But 7 is like
that feels like
the number of God. I think it's like a powerful number, 7.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. I mean, I probably is a deep one to get into.
Well, 6 is the number of man. 3 6s, not so good.
Yeah,
right?
I know about that one.
Yeah, I think we've heard of that one.
Yeah.
And there's somebody on the board of supervisors. Never mind. License plate or something.
Oh,
Yeah. So weird. Anyway, here we are.
Here we are.
So what do you want to do now?
I'm swinging in the chair now. Look at this. This is.
I didn't get the swinging chair.
I didn't give you the comfy chair, and I didn't give you the cool microphone or stand.
That's all right. It's all right.
But we're working on it, Don.
This is fine, Daniel. Really, it's fine. Listen, I'm so happy I got gifts.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
We were gonna do that.
There's
that other thing.
Yeah, let's do that. I want to tell one quick story. There's a funny thing that happens to me with weed, and that's whenever I get like whenever I get an abundance of it, when it feels like, oh my gosh, this is so much weed, I'll never be able to smoke this much weed. Like for example, like on a Christmas present, if you're friends with somebody who grows a lot of weed,
love that.
They might give you a bunch.
Yeah,
and there's been times where I've been like, what's up with all this weed?
Can't smoke it
and
all.
Sure enough, the day comes.
It's gone. What happened?
So I know that I would hate for Don to be in that position.
Oh, thank you, Daniel. Oh my gosh, I appreciate it so much.
And you've helped me out even just the other day.
I have a wife too that is in need. We share.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
What's mine is hers.
That's how you're supposed to do it, right?
And what's hers is hers. I had to. Sorry, Sue.
Okay, well, guess what?
What?
Breaking news.
More news. Dun, 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 dun.
Not gifts.
Oh,
sorry,
no.
breaking
News.
Sorry, not gifts, guys.
We gotta work on your your graphics.
My
graphics are fine.
My overlay skills are terrible today.
You need an engineer.
I do.
Maybe I could come help you out.
Oh yeah.
I know people.
Yeah. The breaking news is, Don, you are in a movie that just had a trailer released.
I know, isn't it exciting?
Yeah, and I think I kind of want to pull it up and take a look if that's cool with you.
Miracle Mile. You got the trailer, do you?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna pull it up here.
Let
real
me
quick.
give you a little background. If you hadn't heard, this summer, Mighty Men of Valor, the production company. Well, I auditioned for this role, got the role. We started shooting this summer, it wrapped up, and they've been working on post-production. And you got it. Looks like this is the trailer to A Miracle Mile, filmed right here in Redding, California, and on the coast in Trinidad. And there's my good friends. Take a look. You want to see it? You ready to roll?
Yeah.
This is going to be showing locally to start. Hopefully, we don't have the exact locations yet, but I do know the dates, April 18th to the 25th. And I believe we're going to go to Red Bluff, possibly Anderson, and then hopefully more theaters after that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Red Bluff, Anderson, more theaters.
So
April?
and then we'll
Middle
see what
of
happens
April?
after that. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, what's the pitch?
Grandpa, we're going on a road trip.
We don't even have a bicycle, much less a car.
Our chariot.
I'm not going to be responsible for anyone's safety again.
Would Sergeant Swanson want you to back down from this? Or would he say you've got what it takes?
It's official. I'll be at your debut on
I
Sunday.
know her.
You're coming all the way to California? For me?
I'm staying right here in Idaho. Hey, get off the road, you lily-livered sapsucker!
Oh, we're hit!
Is your grandpa enjoying the trip?
He's having the time of his life.
You got the fun part,
Think I
Don.
like making trouble?
We've almost been arrested. Twice.
At this rate, we're not going to make her debut anyway.
I expected everything to go as planned. This once.
You're the only one that can get us the rest of the way. You have what it takes.
There it is. Sundial Bridge. What's her name again?
Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah, that's Erin Van Mol, and she's married to Luke Van Mol, who's the director and one of the stars, along with Ty Pochop. And oh, great crew. You can see right there who's all in it.
Yeah.
Jessica Fletcher, we know Jessica.
Yeah, I saw that.
Brian Bassetti, Travis Michelle.
Catherine Kirk.
Catherine Kirk, obviously.
Travis,
Love her.
yeah.
So a lot of good people, local people that have been working really hard on this, and we're so excited. Can't wait for everybody to see the whole movie.
Sweet.
So it's a road trip. We're driving. My grandson wants to go on this road trip. He doesn't have a license, so we hire this guy to drive us. And nobody's happy about it. Grandpa is a total pain in the rear.
Yeah.
That would be me, Norman. And he's like just a pain the whole time. And they love the antics that go along with the road trip.
Yeah.
As we go from Idaho to Redding and all the things that happen in between. It's pretty fun. It's fun. So I hope everybody gets a chance to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems it seems like a movie. Like it feels like you're not going to get let down. It feels like you're going to see the road trip. You're going to see the trip and the shenanigans and the antics.
It's so amazing to see it completed, because all the work that we put into it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We do theater on stage.
Mm-hmm.
You rehearse for 6 weeks and you put it out and you perform it and people clap and love it and you go home.
Yeah.
This thing, you're like 12-hour days or more shooting, take after take after take after take after take, and then, that was this past summer, and they're just now getting ready to put this thing out. It's a lot of work, and boy, it's amazing, the process, and it's been so cool to be a part of it.
That's cool that you got to show up as an actor and do the acting and put in your hours, as I'm sure the cinematographer and the director and all the staging people and everybody else were doing.
Right.
That whole crew. But as an actor, the second you have you can have a blank shot, but the second you put like a human in it, they're going to become the focus, right?
Yeah.
So there's kind of this mystique around the actors. Like that's why their names are popping up on screen, because but it's like a whole team, and like it's a lot of pressure, not just the hours and the time on set, but when the camera's rolling, you better be rolling.
Oh my gosh. We were doing some shoots on the coast. We did a big road trip, all of us. We even drove that crazy van we had to drive out there.
Oh, yeah.
The ice cream van. That's part of the story.
Yeah.
But we got to the coast, and we spent the whole weekend out there. About 3 o'clock in the morning, we were shooting some of the heaviest scenes that take place in the movie and part of the arc of the story. And, we were exhausted. And when we finally wrapped, we were still pumped from just the energy of, it's like I couldn't go to sleep. It was just so much going on with doing it.
Yeah, that's how you know it's good, when you're just so pumped.
You talk about all these different takes. So we'd be doing a take, and you do something like this, and then you go, okay, let's try it again, and then each time you'd keep waiting after it ended for him to say, "That's money." So when he said, "That's money," you go, we got it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Usually it'll be like, let's try it.
Yeah. That's cool. That kind of means they have a vision, Oh,
of course. Well, they do. Luke Van Mol, I believe, is the guy kind of behind this thing a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of people. But
yeah, I've kind of seen that determination in his
Luke
eyes.
is
He's very
so intense to get it right.
Yeah.
And I trust him. I do.
Yeah.
I did as an actor, and so he got hopefully what he wanted.
Well, speaking of Luke and directing, getting what he wanted, I just wanted to mention a couple comments. Dyed in the Wool said the cinematography, though, with like a heart eyes emoji. So he's looking at the. He's looking, and now he's gonna. He's
Brendan
can't wait to check it out.
Sean and all kinds of folks doing that.
Yeah, and perfect casting for Don.
As a grumpy old man, thank you very much. I appreciate
Typecasting, perfect typecasting.
I won't give you any spoilers as to what happens to Norman, but it's a good story.
What would be something fun to show?
Yeah, what?
Well, we'll show it later. Because we have like a logo for our band. Remember?
D&D?
Remember how I was sending you like a picture that someone made us a graphic? I think
that was good.
That'd be a cool thing to show at some point.
Yeah, let's do it.
So how we doing, guys? Yep, can't wait to check out the movie. It's gonna be a blast. Dawn, I was thinking maybe we could listen to some Dead while we're here together.
Oh, sure.
If there's any.
No, please don't put any of that on. No Grateful Dead. Do you have to?
Real.
Now, you grew up with the Deadhead father. What was that like? Did you like the band when you were younger?
That's an interesting question, because I think I probably did, because the majority of time that music was on for me, it was sort of Slightly Insane Graphics. Oh, come on. Slightly Insane Grandpa. Slightly Insane Grandpa.
Yeah, you think?
Gosh, where was I? Yes and no. He loves to tell this story about how he would listen to Sirius XM car radio.
Right, I heard that story.
Yeah, and we would have 20 minutes each, but if the song went over, it could keep playing. So I would listen to country or like pop music.
Really?
Yeah, for the most part. And my songs would end after 21 minutes, and then he would play, and then when he had like 18 minutes left, he'd put on like a cut of Dark Star, and it would just last forever.
Right.
But like he found subtle ways to help us kids kind of get an idea.
Yeah.
He just put it on,
Planted some seeds.
He planted seeds. And I think it took until I was living in Berkeley, walking around with headphones on, finding music that felt natural to me. And I think one of the first bands I stumbled back onto was the Allman Brothers. And I was listening to Fillmore East Whipping Post.
Of course.
And was blown away, and asked my dad, like, this is really good. And he said, well, yeah, it's because, boom. And I think I found the song Ripple again in college. And there's a video of me from like 8 years back or something, just like playing it in my Berkeley apartment, word for word, hitting all the notes, like just really knowing the song. And from then on out, I sort of listened a bit more regularly, a lot of the hits casually in playlists or whatever. And I don't think it was until I got a record player like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
That I
really dove in.
Well, my sister bought me a cheap little record player and a couple records, and then I went over to my dad's, and he gave me some Dylan and some cool rock, and
The Fillmore.
yeah, and eventually I think he gave me one Grateful Dead record, and it took him a while to part with it. It was his Wake of the Flood, and that was the first one I got. And since then, I've you've seen my collection. There's a lot of them there.
You're doing quite well. Yes.
And I love listening to them, and they all bring such cool stuff to the table. But now, when I come home, when I'm in here is when I'm listening to music digitally for the most part.
Right,
but in my living room, like most nights, it's like, well, now like I look through my collection of the stuff that I've curated and invested my money into procuring and finding that's like a pressing that's official from the people in one way or shape or form that like made it for someone to listen to, and I get to be one of those people, and it's really fun having all those options, and every single one of them is just so vastly, like, I don't want to say different.
Well, each one is certainly unique in its
Unique
own personality.
is a better word.
I think you're
and
right.
even just flipping through them with you, every single one of them invoked an entirely, completely different version of yourself. like it was like. And it's just so cool how they all have that ability to transform your life.
That's interesting that Wake of the Flood was your first album, because that is the album that the Grateful Dead released about the time I started listening to the band. However, I kind of got into them through some of their older works. The Wake of the Flood was their first album that they did on their own label. They left Warner Brothers and started their own label, which was quite a challenge for a bunch of hippies from Palo Alto.
You can kind of hear it though. Now that you say that, I can kind of hear it in the music. There's something so strong in that whole record.
It's a great album. 50 years ago last year, and they did a whole there's this, speaking of podcasts, there's a Dead cast that they did for that album, went through each cut and talked about the making of the album. And it's
really?
Yeah. In
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
they've been doing that for quite a while. You check that out.
Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah,
You're
that
busy
makes
doing
sense.
your own podcast.
Yeah, and we're talking about what we're doing is we're opening doorways for you to travel through further at your own convenience. We might touch on a few different things, and the things we touch on are probably things that you and I have both dug into in some capacity in our own way.
Right.
And we're sort of mentioning, hey, there's this door over here, and it takes you somewhere.
Well, it's a rabbit hole. You'll go down, and you may never return.
But when you're down that rabbit hole, you may find a doorway that is unique to your own, and you will then, if you find your way back to the rest of the folks, you can show them that same door if you mark the path correctly and know how to travel down it. Find doors that are like feel intuitively easy to walk through, that are also like exciting, and hard work and preparation equals luck. That's something people say.
Oh, is that right? I like that. Yeah.
Or luck is when hard work and preparation meets
together.
Opportunity. I think that's it.
That's a good one.
Who
said that?
When preparation meets opportunity, you have luck.
Okay.
Because if you get
basically you're saying there is no such thing as luck. You got to do it yourself.
I don't know. I'm trying to quote some omnipotent phrase that I heard at one point that made sense, and I'm butchering it. But I would like to say thank you for joining the Reading Sound. We got Don Potter in the studio.
How's it going? We're kind of rambling now.
I tend to do that.
I love it. This is good stuff.
I did my segments. We did GIFs and we jammed, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't do more jamming.
Well, we could do that. We were going to talk about the Europe 72 album.
We were going to listen to a song from Europe 72.
Did you still want to do that?
Yeah, I actually.
Because that is the album that my friends came over when I was just out of high school. It's probably like the 70s.
We got a copy of it right here, but yeah.
And they would come over, and they would put it on. You know, I don't know if you recall, and I don't think you have a fancy turntable like this, but they used to have them where you would stack them. And this is 3 albums. So you'd put it on there, this little spindle thing, and you'd put it on there. Yes, I'm old, kids. And they would drop and they would play, and then you turn them over and they play the other sides. Dun, 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 so you can get up.
That is genius. Well, what about when they started labeling them like what about when they labeled them like 1 and they'd put like 6 on the back of 1?
Well, yeah.
Does it work like that?
Well, I think it works.
It works.
Yeah, you go 1, 2, 3.
Oh, and then it flips.
Flip
That's
over.
why
4, 5,
they're
6.
labeled like that.
Exactly.
I didn't
Now
know.
you get it. So anyway, my friends come over and they put this on, and I have no idea what's going on with this band. Who are these people? You know, because I came to music, I guess it took me a while to get on board. I was a young kid at home, grew up, you know, my folks listened to middle of the road music, you know, Perry Como and that kind of stuff, and musical theater, of course, because I have a love for that, obviously. And so I came at music from a whole different direction. I wasn't into jazz so much. I wasn't into country necessarily. I kind of liked some of my first bands I listened to from Southern California. Of course, the Beatles. You know, Beatles is gateway to everything. But then the Beach Boys, because Southern California, loved the Beach Boys. My first album I ever bought was Beach Boys. And then
Nice.
somehow I got into Bob Dylan. And then I got into like Cat Stevens, Elton John. I was a big fan of Elton John.
Oh, okay.
And also Simon and Garfunkel. So, I mean, those are different areas of the musical rainbow. And so kind of far removed in a way from the Grateful Dead, at least from the Europe 72 music that they were doing.
Yeah.
So my ears weren't ready quite for the jamming and things that they were doing. And so I mean, I'd heard it and my friends were all jazzed about it. I'm going, well, it's okay.
Yeah, but where was that hook? You
What's
know,
happening?
you were looking for that quick melodic hook or whatever.
And
you
it's
know?
there. I mean, I hear it now in a whole different ears.
Yeah, but maybe.
But then it was foreign to me. And then, you know, my friends talked me into going to a show. In '73, we went to my first show, UCLA, Poly Pavilion. And it was good. But once again, they started jamming out, which is what the Grateful Dead do.
Yeah.
And they kind of, you know, they took you to places that I had never been. And I wasn't sure what's happening, what happened to the song. So I didn't get it that time. It didn't click.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew Sugar Magnolia and I think Casey Jones.
Oh, you had a couple come on that
I
you
knew the
kinda,
radio hits, right?
Yeah.
But my friends said, well, let's do it again. I said, okay. So we went up to Santa Barbara, my wife at the time, and my 1-year-old son, Dustin. We took a drive up to Santa Barbara, Wall of Sound, 1974.
Oh.
At UCSB, Santa Barbara. We walk in this humongous, gigantic monolith of speakers, and you know, I'm like, what? You know, this 21-year-old pie-eyed kid. And then things changed. There was something that happened in the before the music that tends to happen at Grateful Dead concerts if you're around the right people, and things started to change and disintegrate and melt.
Kind of.
It was, yeah, but the sound of the Wall of Sound, and you've got some pictures of that?
Yeah.
Because, in fact, you might have Santa Barbara there. There it is right there. That's Santa Barbara. That's the day.
This one?
That's the day right there, May 25th, 1974, that I became a Deadhead, that I got it, that I got on the bus right there. Look at that. Are we looking at that now?
Yeah. I'm just kind of getting us out of the way here.
Get out of there, Don. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
there she is.
They've been working on that sound system for quite a few years. Osley, their sound guy, and a whole bunch of folks put that all together. It's just amazing.
Wow.
Each stack is
Is that Jerry?
assigned to each player. That's Jerry there. You got it's a little fuzzy, is it?
It's fuzzy. I'm in there though.
You got
That's Bob.
Billy Kreutzmann, one drummer back there, and you got Phil Lesh.
Oh, there's Phil.
Bobby
yeah.
Weir, you were on there, Bobby.
Yeah.
And then Keith Godshow is at the keyboards there. I don't see Donna.
Yeah.
She's backstage, I think. Donna.
Oh, I have a Keith and Donna record as well.
You do?
Yeah.
They only had one, right?
Keith and Donna. Yeah, I guess.
Black
that's-
and white?
Yeah, I guess that's the
I
one.
love that album.
It's magical, man.
It's so sweet. They did that at Jerry's place in Stinson Beach. They recorded that in his living room.
Really?
Yeah.
Man,
And they were singing a lot of gospel music at that time.
I think it kind of from what
got a
I
gospel
from what I
feel.
recall, yeah.
It's got that. Who was John? He was a writer.
Yeah.
Who was John?
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Man, we should spend some time listening to some
Well,
stuff.
invite me back. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
This is cool. I
Yeah,
love it.
you know what? My record player has an RCA out, and we could maybe run an out from the record player, and we could listen to it live, but also feed the audio in.
Or I have a CD of it.
Or
You could put it into your system, right?
or we just stream it, baby.
I don't know. You think anybody's got that album? That's a
What,
pretty obscure
Keith
album.
and Donna?
I bet you can't find it.
I bet I can.
You can?
I bet
All right,
I
let's
can.
go. All right. I will be excited if it is on any of these streaming services.
Oh, did I spell Keith wrong?
Keith.
It is IGH. I don't think they have it.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Wow, you're right. You were right, Dawn. I didn't know that record
Well,
was
that's
so obscure.
pretty obscure. That was during as we were talking about Wake of the Flood, that was during the Grateful Dead's label. They had their own label, Round Records, and then they had Rounder Records, which was for the offshoot bands.
Rounder Records.
Yeah.
Huh?
Jerry Garcia did something on there. Also, Robert Hunter
That's so cool.
and Donna and Keith did their album too. And Jerry's all over that album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Good
it,
stuff.
yeah, that's one that I
That's a sweet album.
that's one that I got from my dad, and he was like, and I looked at the back. I'm like, Jerry's on this? He's like, oh yeah, Jerry's all over it. And then I
There's
went
some
home and
really
listened to it
good
right
Jerry
away.
on there.
And
I mean,
I
he's
was
got some great
really
lyrics.
good.
It's kind of naked Jerry. You can really hear him.
Yeah.
It's really good stuff. Oh, there's our Year of 72.
Yeah, we want the 2001 remaster.
Sure, why not?
Might as well.
I like the original.
Me too. Did we want to listen to like a lot of this, or did we want
I
to?
think if you wanted to, you could.
you were
put
talking about
that-
Morning
yeah,
Dew.
Maybe go start with the prelude.
Oh, Prelude
about-
into Morning
How
Dew.
about little epilogue? Maybe prelude. Start the prelude.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
This is actually recorded in England, in London.
Yeah. Anything we want to say before we start
Lyceum
it?
Theater. Interesting story. If you have seen the movie Long Strange Trip, Dennis, the wizard, Wiz, the sound guy that they took along on this trip to Europe, 22 shows they played across Europe, starting in England, ending up in England. This was close to the end of the tour, and this night, the sound man Dennis has a great story. He was by himself in the sound booth recording in the sound truck, and he needed to deal with a microphone on stage, and he couldn't get any of the crew to help him. So he had to actually leave the booth and walk to the stage and take care of it himself in the middle of this beautiful rendition of Morning Dew.
Ooh.
Jerry is in a moment during the song where, it's just that he's like almost crying. And he sees Dennis, and they both kind of look at each other. Jerry's like, why aren't you in the sound booth? This is, you're missing this.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Well, long story short, he gets back to the sound booth. They get back home to America. They start listening to all the tapes. It was terrific. It was captured. And, well, if you've got the album, I just got chills. it's magical. But I mean, nobody was in the booth. It was just captured.
Just pure magic captured.
Yeah, it was rolling. Are we rolling, Bob?
Yeah.
So that
Play, Jerry, play.
So you could maybe start the prelude there.
Yeah. We'll start the prelude. I wanted to say a couple things.
Yeah, well, it's your show. What am I telling you to do?
Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity by Seneca. Beach Boys was Aaron Rice's first concert. Dawn and you and Amanda have all the same favorite bands, and she's shocked that there's places you've never been. But here we go.
A lot of places I've never been.
That was a great prelude to the prelude, and I'm excited to listen to this into Morning Dew, and this is exciting.
From Europe '72, the album that was force-fed by my friends. But you can imagine listening to this, late at night. Lights are down low, candles are lit.
Yeah.
There's incense in the air, smell of skunk of some sort. Yes, it's the Lyceum. Keith Godcho right there. Jerry just hanging out.
Is that who's on the right? Strumming. Is that Bob?
Bob's on the right.
Bob's on the
Jerry's
right.
over on the left.
That's what I thought. Man, Bob's playing some weird stuff.
You got Keith. And there's Phil. And some notes. Billy's, I think, bathroom break.
I'm about ready for one of those right now.
Check out some of my presents.
Honestly, just crack a window. Oh, Justin says he feels his dead phase kicking in.
Nice. There's Billy. One drummer. Mickey's not in the band at this time. Mickey Hart had left the band. Returning in 78. Just in time for them to go on sabbatical. It's building that tension.
I don't know where it's going. I mean...
Jerry almost goes into the tiger, where it just kind of starts fading out of Jerry.
Okay.
Listen to that. Bobby's over there too.
Just to be so in it where you can constantly contribute.
Takes a lot of listening. listening to each other.
But like listening without even knowing it, so you can like also be playing, you know?
Right. It's like one hand, 5 fingers on one hand.
Yeah. This is the musical form of an abstract painting.
But you can see how, unless you were prepared, it might be a little inaccessible.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how when it clicks,
Yeah.
you can't get enough. Give me more.
And they certainly are doing just that.
Well, I said, May 25th, 1974, I said, wherever they play, I'm going to be there. That's what I said. I'm going to follow this band.
Wow.
I'm not the only one that said that, I think.
Yeah.
Still breathing. Here it comes. That's so funny. Wow, they really moved into something that's They're trying to find their way to the next exit.
yeah.
They're taking their time. They're not in a hurry.
Don, that's exactly what I need right now, is to not feel like I'm in such a hurry.
Here it is. Listen, listen. Oh, yeah. That's the best right there. I guess it doesn't matter.
Walk me out in the morning, do my honey. Walk me out in the morning, do today. Can't
taking such good care of you with this one.
Thought I heard a baby cry today.
Goes back to their first album. This is on their first album.
Yeah. Grateful Dead.
You didn't hear no baby cry this morning.
Bonnie Dobson, folk singer, about the last person after a nuclear holocaust waking up.
No
All the people have already.
cry today.
Yeah. That morning, dude. Sweet folk song that Bonnie did. This band produced.
Where have all the people gone? Where have all the people gone today? There's no need for you to be worried about all those people. You never see those people. Yeah. I thought I heard a young man long this morning. I thought I heard a young man long today.
Turned it up a little bit.
I thought I heard a young man moan this morning. I can't walk you in the morning. Do today.
These guitars are just insane.
Bill.
Woke me up in the morning. guess it does matter. I guess it doesn't matter anyway. I guess it doesn't matter anyway.
We're cutting through now, big time.
I guess it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah. Oh man.
Wow.
That's so good. That never gets old.
Wow. Yeah.
That might be my favorite Grateful Dead song, Morning Dew, even though it's not their song, but the way they handle it. But, you know, it's hard to pick. But that one's certainly up there.
We missed Eddie back at the beginning of this. He said, "That's good stuff," and I couldn't agree more. That was good stuff.
Woo! Excuse me.
I think I got a little something in my throat as well, Don.
Excuse me.
That's all good. Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
there you go.
Oof.
Europe 72. That's the
Yeah.
way it all ends. That's side 6.
And now I can fully advocate that it's very fun to listen to music with somebody who understands the music better than you do because you provided so much context, even just little quick tidbits of information that drastically brought me closer to the song.
It was everything I could do to I mean, I didn't really want to talk during that music because it's almost sacred. But in fact, I've been at shows when they're playing that or something, and I'll have friends come up, "Hey man, Don, how's it going?" And you just go, "No, not now."
Yeah.
And so when I was kind of giving those little tidbits, I felt I didn't want to really interrupt the music, but forgive me.
Yeah.
It's just us.
It's
We're
just us.
hanging.
Yeah, we're just hanging.
Yeah.
We're just hanging. We're just sharing. We're just kind of here. I decided to put together a little show, and I invited a lot of my friends, and Don's one of them, and
and our similar interests include music, theater, and just about anything artsy we can get our hands on. But I remember the first time I met you, it was at
I remember the first time I met
was
you.
it a wedding reception type thing?
Well, it was at a building that has wedding receptions.
Yeah.
It was an Axiom event.
Oh, yes,
It was
yes,
for the
yes.
opening of the season, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
And you were there, and you were wearing a tie-dye shirt. And I go, well, I got to go meet this guy. He
Yeah.
looks pretty cool. I had no idea, because Ken, I know your dad. I had no idea you were Ken's kid. But we hit it off right away, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
I thought so.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is a cool dude.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
But then we got to play music, and
Yeah, we've kept
got to
sort
do some
of.
shows. We did the Woody Guthrie show. It was so good. But going back to Europe '72, which is the album that I kind of was, I cut my teeth on as far as becoming a Deadhead.
Yeah.
But as I kind of said, it was a long journey to get there, because that album didn't quite do it. But I did discover that with The Working Man's Dead and American Beauty, kind of two back-to-back albums, that in the 70s, they left their kind of their psychedelia way out there stuff that they had been doing from the acid tests into 69, and then they started getting into the roots music, really Bakersfield sound, the country, going back to their beginnings, really.
Yeah, I noticed that just listening to Working Man's on the other day. I think it uses the word country on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it was a great idea. Warner Brothers was pretty happy with him at the time, because they'd spent so much money on the previous albums that they owed and owed and owed. So they come up and they didn't have to do as much studio time putting these albums. They put it together in a week, I think. American Beauty and Working Man's Dead. And those albums are a lot more accessible, I think, if somebody was being turned on to the Grateful Dead. And as I mentioned, coming from my Simon and Garfunkel, Cat Stevens kind of acoustic, which I tend to really like the acoustic.
Yeah.
But those albums really sealed the deal for me. And then then I went and explored, as you said. I dove deep.
Yeah, I think I kind of you kind of need that. You need that entry point. And there's been like those sort of records to me with a lot of artists where you just for me, like, never listened to a lot of Tom Petty, but when I put on the Wildflowers album from start to finish at a time where my heart just needed a little bit of young boy run wild and free and do you feel your heart, that kind of music, I was like, oh yeah, I can be a cute boy that belongs among the Wildflowers. Like, I kind of needed permission just to like be a little softer, and like, but also rock and roll. And
that's cool.
And I think with the Dead, it was probably Ripple, like living in Berkeley and just like seeing this constant wave of change and progress and fighting for what's wrong, and just like this interplay of injustice and peace and love, and so many people going about life doing the best they can, and in this place that is kind of sacred for being a home, for a place where you can belong if you're someone who usually is in a group that doesn't feel like they get to belong. And it was and then I found, I started listening to the song Ripple, and it reminded me of home, even just, Ripple in still water where, there is no wind to blow or pebble tossed. Just made me think of being in Trinity County, even, at a surface level, like thinking about being in the woods with a pond, like even just the simple imagery of being outdoors.
Absolutely.
Like Broke Down Palace, like songs like that, really just, I can hear them for the first time, like
first time for the 100th time.
For the 100th time,
Right.
and then I can also hear them, and it can make me resonate so strongly and give me a feeling of something so home-like sometimes.
Ripple in still water, where there is no pebble tossed. That's a haiku.
Oh,
Robert Hunter.
That's a haiku.
Wrote it as a haiku. Now, if people who know about haikus would probably know more than I do about haikus.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of syllables.
Yeah.
You know, right?
I wrote them in school back
Well,
in the day.
there you go.
Yeah, but I don't remember how to now, but I know that I'm
There was a young
capable
gal from
of.
Nantucket. No, that's a living.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, so the two albums back to back. If anybody was looking to maybe check them out for the first time, like my wife listened to those two albums when we first got together, and that's kind of helped her get into the music. Sue bought it as a cassette back in the day.
Oh,
yeah, both the albums together.
I bought a cassette.
American Beauty and Working Man's Dead.
On a cassette, both together.
Yeah.
That's what a.
I know, right?
Fabulous.
Doesn't it make sense?
Yeah.
It's almost one album, really.
I have a tape deck in my car. I'd love to grab a.
You still have a cassette deck?
It's a 2003 and the CD player broke.
Wow.
Yeah, I listened
It's
to.
hard to find a CD player. I mean, a cassette player.
Yeah, there's one tape that I listen to pretty regularly.
Hey, can we talk about something else really quick?
Yeah.
I know what the other 7 was.
And I need to get some water, Dawn.
Oh.
Should we do a quick be right back?
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
We'll be right back.
We'll do a
Can
super.
we go to the patio?
We'll do a super quick. We will do a super quick.
We'll be right back.
Be right back, and we'll give you guys
Hold
some.
on.
We'll give you guys some music to listen to from North State Noise.
Oh, good.
We'll start it off with Jacob Akana Band, New
Oh,
Line.
right on.
Fell back in place. Broken, busted, beaten, could never break the feeling in my chest that no one ever mistake. And every day I'm getting older, think the flame is getting colder. Overthinking when I'm thinking too deep. But even when I think it's over, I find I'm even closer to what I want, but I know I can't keep. But ain't it obvious? The forces keeping us. Really ain't a normal type of thing. We let the water flow and let the feelings go. We finally cut a new line for the swing. Don't mistake this for complaining, I just wanted to explain it, 'cause honestly I see we're surprised. Bad rebounds and waiting, I'd only end up faking the hope, I start believing the lie. And every time I try another, find a reason not to love her, finally betting that I'm better without. But just to say that I'm the winner when my bets are getting thinner, and double down the debts with the doubt. But ain't it obvious? The forces keeping us. Really ain't a normal type of thing. We let the water flow and let the feelings go. We finally cut a new line for the swing. Obvious, the forces keeping us. Really ain't a normal type of thing. We let the water flow and let the feelings go. We finally cut a new line, a new line. Finally cut a new line for the swing.
I remember when we traded sleep for talks. You confessed your dreams while we laid on the dock, baby. Baby, I knew all your thoughts.
Minutes slipped to hours as we whispered in the dark. Your voice a melody where I could rest my heart. Lately, I think I forgot.
Forgot that love is the price. Forgot that love needs our time. The glow of our screens has now replaced the stars. Troubles cloud my mind, the silence lasts for hours, baby.
Baby,
Baby, I think we forgot. Forgot that love is the price. Forgot that love needs our time. Oh, have you felt it? Have you felt it too? Ooh, do you miss us?
do you miss us
Like I do?
Hey.
'Cause oh, I'm desperate to change it.
We're listening to this new Roger Yeager track featuring Courtney Lancaster. I think it's a Courtney Yeager track featuring Roger Yeager. But I mean, I think they really put in a great collaboration on that piece. Another awesome local artist, Roger Yeager, on the North State Noise playlist.
Beautiful. You got a great playlist there. Look at all these people.
Yeah, and hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So I'm waiting around. I think they're smoking. Code word water break. No, look at the water. Look at the water.
Hey,
help! I need somebody.
I need some bud. No,
I need some bud, eh?
They know the jig is up, Daniel.
The jig is up. Yep. You know, Dawn and I like to give each other presents. I know we called it gift time for the segment, but that's just time, baby.
So we were talking about the number 7.
Yeah.
The 7th podcast for you.
7th podcast, correct?
And there was another 7.
7th.
Well, we shouldn't have had that water.
Shouldn't have. 7th glass of water for the.
No, but.
Hey, I guess what? Aaron Sullivan's in the chat. Hello,
hey, Aaron.
Hello, Dawn Potter. Hands over my heart and.
Oh, wait a minute. Where's Aaron?
Bow.
Let me do this for her.
Oh, hands over heart and bow.
Yeah, my sweet Aaron. She's in a show. 5 girls in a dress.
Yeah.
5 girls, 5 dresses. What's it called?
Well, how about we do a quick how about we do a quick little segment. Breaking news.
This just in. Bulletin.
There's a lot of great theater happening in Redding, California.
Holy smokes.
I mean, there's shows going on now. There's a show that you just got cast in, and which we'll talk about in a sec. But about the shows going on now, I believe Anything Goes has its final weekend. Carole King, the Carole King musical opens on Axiom. Opens at Axiom, and also on Friday opens 5 women wearing the same dress at Riverfront Playhouse.
I can't wait.
Neither can I.
Aaron is in that, and I'm a big fan of Aaron.
As am I.
Well, who isn't? That girl is hilarious.
Did you see Sylvia or any other show she's
Did
ever
I
been
see
in?
Sylvia? I came back 3 times. Well, I saw it twice, to be honest.
Okay,
but it's hilarious. And what about the play that goes wrong?
Oh, I had the pleasure of being in that one.
What about Young Frankenstein?
Oh my
Come
goodness!
on.
Yeah,
I was off stage watching. Oh man! Oh, she could. Never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, we love you, Aaron.
We love you.
It's fantastic.
So that's the breaking news. Great theater happening. And there's one more piece of news that's relevant to you, which is, sorry, I'm looking at notifications popping up.
That's all right.
You just auditioned and were cast in a show.
Yeah. Our good friends,
Really
Lisa
good friends.
Collins and Bill Collins, first couple of Reading theater in a sense. Well, she wrote this play. It's a melodrama, old-fashioned melodrama called Foul Play
In
at French Gulch. Ah!
And it has a secondary title too. It's like Foul Play in French Gulch, or
What is it?
yeah,
Oh, I know what it is.
it's a
Let me
whole
find
name.
it.
And but you auditioned and you were cast, correct?
I did get cast. I hope it's okay to say that because they're still kind of putting it together.
Sure.
But Foul Play in French Gulch, or He Almost Bought the Farm. So I'm playing this this character by the name of Eli, I think it is. Let me see here, because she just texted me earlier this morning. Anyway, he's a Civil War. Well, he thinks he's still in the Civil War. He thinks he's fighting the North, the Yankees.
But what year is it actually?
Well, it's not modern, but it's certainly not Civil War time.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think. I haven't dug deep. We're
yeah.
gonna find out Monday. We start rehearsals. So.
Oh, cool.
And that comes up in May.
Nice.
Is it May? May. Yes, it is. May 10th through the 26th. That's Riverfront. I've never done anything at Riverfront. So I'm looking forward to that, meeting some new people.
Yeah.
And, of course, I love Lisa and Bill Collins.
Oh, my goodness.
And our good buddy Bill Roos.
Yeah,
is playing piano. It's going to be there's going to be musical instruments involved.
I could not only talk about those people for so long. I just feel like I should probably get them on the show.
Let's do it.
Each one of them
You should.
individually or together,
Absolutely.
or all of them, or all of us.
Have you had Aaron on here yet?
Haven't had Aaron yet. There's a lot of people that
I think that's an invitation, Aaron.
I think Aaron's perfectly comfortable watching, but if she'd ever express interest in being on the show, let's stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you have
So
any...
anyway, I know what we were.
Yeah. There's one more thing coming up.
7 years. This in a couple days, the anniversary of a show that launched in Santa Cruz on K-Pig Radio. It's actually on the terrestrial radio, and it's also streamed. It's my Sunday Night Dead show.
Sunday Night Dead on K-Pig.
With Grateful Dawn. And this started 7 years ago. You were mentioning Tom Petty, and my program director from the Bay Area, Lori Roberts, moved down and took over the reins of K-Pig. And this was 2017, whatever it is. Yeah, 7 years ago. And she called me up. She goes, I've been wanting to put a Grateful Dead show on K-Pig. Well, K-Pig's a pretty famous station down in the Bay Area for sure, and it is worldwide because it's on the stream. And so I'm thinking, really? And she goes, and first person I thought of was you. And I go, well, that's terrific. She goes, as a program director, she goes, I believe that if you got the Beatles, Tom Petty, and the Grateful Dead, you got everything you need. And I said, you are the first program director in my whole 50-year career of doing radio that gets it. I've been fighting this. I mean, because I've worked for top 40 stations, for currently a country station, even a classic rock station that I can't get them to play the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like there's something about it that every program director I've had to deal with, they just, Grateful Dead. Maybe a little Uncle John's Band if you're lucky. Sugar Magnolia, Casey Jones. Well, But I can't even get him to play that. But anyway, long story. Lori, bless her heart, and she passed a few years ago, so we missed Lori. She said, let's do a Grateful Dead show. You'll be Grateful Dawn. It's Sunday Night Dead with Grateful Dawn, your guide for 3 hours of the Grateful Dead. So 7-year anniversary this week. So there's another 7 for you.
That's a beautiful 7. I think that's such a great parallel, and it's crazy that it's happening right here. 7th show, 7 years. Oh my goodness.
So this Sunday I'll do that. It's my anniversary show.
Okay.
It's also Phil Lesch's birthday on the 15th.
Oh, perfect.
So it all works out.
Yeah, you're gonna play something.
Oh, I'll play some Phil.
Yeah.
Well, I told you the story about the Unbroken Chain. That's Phil Lesch's song.
Oh.
Can I tell you one more story?
Yeah.
Okay. Unbroken Chain. Maybe you could play it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Put it on.
Mars Hotel.
Yeah.
So that was the album Mars Hotel after, we're talking Grateful Dead, after Wake of the Flood, Mars Hotel came out. This is the same time that I was getting on the bus after the May 25th show with The Wall of Sound. And this song is on the album, Unbroken Chain, written by Phil Lesh and Scott Peterson, I believe. And it's a beautiful song. And I said, I want to see them play this live. And they never did until my very last Grateful Dead show in 1995 in June at the Shoreline. And then, in August of 95, we lost Jerry. And that was the end of the Grateful Dead.
Well, unbroken chain, looking for familiar faces in an empty window pane. Listening for the secret, searching for the sound, but I could only hear the preacher and the baying of his hounds. Willow sky, whoa, I walk and wonder why. They say love your brother, but you will catch it when you try. Roll you down the line, boy, drop you for a loss. Ride you out on a cold railroad and nail you to a cross.
questions.
The answer is 64. So you can see, it's quite a complicated jam.
Very complicated.
Yeah.
This has a lot of different
Lots of stuff going
parts.
on.
Yeah.
So you can see why it might have been difficult to perform live.
Yeah. They really had to probably work on that.
It was worth the wait.
So
21 years I waited to hear it, and my very last Grateful Dead show, Unbroken Chain.
I had a completely different experience because I mean I obviously didn't see them until the 50th anniversary with Trey Anastasio and
The farewell,
Fairly Well.
Mhm.
But I went in day one. I think I went for 2 nights, but I remember just being like, all I want to hear is Broke Down Palace, because that was the song that was really with me at
I
that
got
time.
it, yeah.
And they played it.
They did that night in Santa Clara. They did.
I'm pretty sure
Maybe
they
show.
did.
Maybe
yeah.
they did. Huh? I'd have to.
It might have been the
go
second
back.
night. It might have
Second
been the
night,
second
possibly.
night.
Yeah,
I think
can
it
see
was.
that.
I think it was second night.
That first night.
I went. Yeah.
Sorry, Phil.
Listening to the winds howl.
And that electronic sound.
Yeah.
Ned Legend is the guy's name. Plays the synthesizer. Friend of Phil's.
Yeah.
They did the Sea Stones album
Sea Stones. Huh. Okay.
too. I'll get you down that rabbit hole.
Sea Stones. That's a cool name.
One word.
Sea Stones. I see it right here. Sea Stones Live. Not that.
No, but actually, that was the live segment that they did during the 74 tours with the Wall of Sound. Ned Legend and Phil Lesh would come out.
I may have to
their
find it.
electronic
I may have to find
sounds.
it on a different platform.
But I don't know that album, Sea Stones. Another one of them from the, the side label Rounder Records.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was kind of a what do you call that? There's a word for it. I can't think of it.
Just like more like a project.
Like a boutique side of the,
Yeah.
wasn't the main draw. They were,
just a little sampler.
yeah. So that was fun. Thanks for playing that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely.
Unbroken Chain. Wow. And that's Phil Lesh, and he's not normally the singer
Yeah.
for the band, but he sounded pretty good there.
He sounded really good.
Not always the best singer, but he does all right. 82 years old. I think he's turning 80. No, he's turning 84 on the 15th, and he's on tour. Well, he's not tour,
Phil
but he's
and Friends or
Phil and Friends at the Capitol.
At the Capitol.
84 years old. Yeah, he played last night.
Way to go.
Way to go, Phil.
Way to go, Phil.
Gotta love it. Got his new liver. He's a new boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the liver transplant. He does a big thing on that at his shows, encouraging people to become donors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Well, Don, hey, it's
What do you think?
It's getting close to wrap up time. You got another song in you, or should we? You want to just play us out? We'll play, and I'll strum along with you.
Yeah.
If I know it.
Okay, I got an idea. Probably, I think this might be the first Grateful Dead song I learned.
Okay.
And you can just fade us out.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. Hey, Daniel, thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope you all heard me, because this mic, were you able to hear me okay?
Yeah, we heard you okay.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah,
good. Maybe you
yeah.
heard me too much.
We'll drink just a hair more.
Well, that's
for this
awesome.
session, but...
These days are the hardest days, don't you worry anymore. When life looks like easy street, there is danger at your door. Think this through with me. Let me know your mind. Whoa, oh, what I want to know is, are you kind? It's a buck dancer's choice, my friends. Better take my advice. You know all the rules by now, and the fire from the ice. Will you come with me? Won't you come with me? Whoa, oh, what I want to know, will you come with me? God damn, will I declare, have you seen the light? Their walls are built of cannonballs. Their motto is, don't tread on me. Come here, Uncle John's band by the riverside. Got some things to talk about here beside the rising tide. It's the same story that Crow told me. It's the only one he knows. Like the morning sun you come, and like the wind you go. Ain't no time to hate, barely time to wait. Whoa, oh, what I want to know, where does the time go? I live in a silver mine, and I call it Baker's Tomb. I got me a violin, and I beg you call the tune. Anybody's choice. I can hear your voice. Oh, oh, what I want to know, how does this song go? How does it go?
It might go with a fade out.
Come here, Uncle John's band by the riverside. Got some things to talk about here beside the rising tide. Come here, Uncle John's band playing to the tide. Come on long ago alone, he's come to take his children home. How does the song go? Daniel.
You're asking the wrong guy.
That was fun.
Yeah, man. Thanks for playing. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
tuning in, everybody. Love you too. Thanks for checking out the stream.
Thanks, you guys.
We will see you next time. But in the meantime, enjoy a play out by
And be kind.
one of my favorite artists, Oh, this is Honeybee just put out a new
I
record.
love Honeybee.
All the Things You Are.
I love them.
And we'll see you tomorrow on the Reading Sound. Cheyenne will be on. It's going to be a good time.
Shining bright above you, and night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in a sycamore tree, dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me. But in your dreams, wherever they be, dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear. Just say this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave our worries behind you. But in your dreams, wherever they be, dream a little dream of